Level 1, the runner. You carry packages. It starts with a grocery bag handed through a car window on a Tuesday night. You're 17. You've lived in the same 4-block radius your entire life. The man giving you the bag is 23. He drives a car you've never seen anyone your age afford. He tells you the address. He tells you to knock twice. He tells you not to look inside. A runner is the lowest position in a distribution network, the person who moves product between supply points and customers with zero knowledge of the broader operation. You are the most exposed link in the entire chain. You carry everything. You know nothing. You make the delivery in 11 minutes. You come back. He hands you $80 in cash and doesn't look at you when he does it. You tell yourself it's temporary, just enough to cover what your mother can't. You make 4 more deliveries that week, then 6 the week after. By the end of the month, you're pulling $900 in cash and showing up to school in the same clothes you wore the day before. The bag was never groceries. You knew that before you took it. Level 2, the trap operator. You run the point. At 8 months in, someone hands you a key. A trap is a fixed distribution point, a rented apartment or vacant property where product is stored, prepared, and sold from a controlled location. Running the trap means you manage the inventory. You control who enters. You supervise 4 runners beneath you and collect revenue to pass upward. You learn the schedule. You learn which customers pay on time. You learn which ones owe. You learn that a good trap is not about volume. It's about silence, speed, and how little you leave behind when you leave. You move $14,000 worth of product in your first month. You take home $1,800. Your manager takes the rest. You tell yourself $1,800 is more than you've ever made doing anything legal. You're right. A customer dies 6 weeks into your operation. Overdose. 2 blocks away. You know exactly which product he came from. Your manager says it wasn't your batch. He says it once. You don't ask for confirmation. The revenue that week comes to $2,600. Level 3, the distributor. You supply the network. 2 years in, you're managing 4 traps across 3 zip codes. Distribution is the middle layer, the tier that sits between street-level sales and wholesale supply. You no longer handle product directly. You move weight between your source and your operators. Weight is what they call large volume product measured in kilograms. You receive it, divide it, allocate it, and collect the settlement from each point on a 7-day cycle. You have 4 operators. You have 22 runners across the network. None of them know each other. None of them know your actual name. You clear $19,000 a month. You keep $12,000. Is one of your operators skimming the count? Is the runner on the east side producing numbers that don't match foot traffic? Is the operator on Cartel running a private package through your territory without disclosure? Is someone in the network having conversations they should not be having? The numbers tell you. One operator comes up $3,800 short on a Thursday. You don't raise your voice. You send someone to walk him through the arithmetic. He is never short again. You tell yourself you're running a business. Because that's what it is. Level 4, the wholesaler. You buy by the kilogram. At 4 years in, you have a plug. A plug is a direct supplier relationship, a single contact who controls your access to product at wholesale pricing. Your plug operates out of Houston. You've met him in person exactly twice, in public, for under 20 minutes each time. He moves 40 kilograms monthly across 6 markets. You take 7 of those kilograms. You learn the math. A kilogram costs $18,000 from the plug. Cut to street grade and divided into unit packages, it generates $43,000 in gross revenue. After paying the plug, the operators, and the runners, your network nets $25,000 per kilogram. You move 7. The arithmetic is simple. You gross $301,000 a month. You personally net $41,000 after all chain costs. You rent a house in a suburb 35 minutes from the city. You drive a used Camry. You pay your mother's rent in cash and tell her you're doing well in freight logistics. She doesn't ask what company. You don't offer one. She tells her neighbors you're in business. Level 5, the launderer. You make the money real. The money is the problem. $41,000 a month in cash has nowhere legal to go. The wash is the process of moving drug revenue through legitimate business income until it becomes legally explainable. That's the exact word they use, clean. Washed money can be deposited, declared, taxed, and inherited. Unwashed money is hot, and hot money triggers federal financial reporting requirements the moment it approaches a bank. You open a restaurant. Startup costs run $65,000, declared as a personal investment loan. The restaurant earns $13,000 monthly in genuine revenue. On paper, it earns $49,000. The gap is drug income entered as cash sales, transactions the point-of-sale system records, but no one can disprove. You pay taxes on $49,000. You file quarterly. Your accountant charges $3,200 a month and asks no questions you haven't already answered in advance. The restaurant earns a Neighborhood Business Excellence recognition from the City Council in year 2. A councilman shakes your hand. A photographer takes the picture. Your mother is in the front row. She cries. You hang the plaque behind the host stand. Level 6, the lieutenant. You manage the territory. At 6 years in, you hold operational control across 11 zip codes. A lieutenant is the territory commander, the person responsible for the distribution network, operator discipline, rival management, and the authorization of force when the situation requires it. Your Cartel Connect uses the word authorization specifically. It is a deliberate word. It places something between the decision and the outcome. Plausible deniability is the structural principle that ensures no specific act can be traced directly to leadership. You don't issue instructions naming individuals. You describe situations. You identify problems by category. Other people determine the resolution. Does this operator understand his obligations to the agreement? Does this rival understand where the boundary of this territory sits? Does this witness understand what his cooperation with federal investigators costs the people around him? Is this a situation that closes with a conversation, or one that requires a different kind of closing? You receive confirmation by text. One word, then nothing. A man named Terrell ran product for you for 3 years. He spoke to a federal investigator. He had agreed to testify. He didn't. You tell yourself you described a situation. Someone else chose the resolution. Level 7, the cartel affiliate. You become an infrastructure. At 9 years in, you are no longer a person who sells drugs. You are a structure that facilitates their movement. You have 6 lieutenants across 4 cities. You have 4 legitimate businesses declaring $390,000 in combined annual income. You have $2.3 million in residential real estate held through a Delaware LLC registered to a name that is not yours. You have a tax attorney in Houston and a cartel contact in Culiacan whose name has never appeared in any document you have signed. You move 20 kilograms monthly. You gross $860,000. After the plug, the operators, the wash, and the legal costs, you net $190,000. You have not touched product with your hands in 4 years. You have not been present at a resolution in 3 years. Your wife has stopped asking questions. Your children attend a private school where the annual tuition is $34,000. They think you own a logistics company. Everyone in your life thinks you own a logistics company. That 17-year-old standing on a corner with a grocery bag, the one who swore it was temporary. You didn't bury him in a single moment. You buried him one envelope at a time, until one day you looked back and he wasn't there. Level 8, the ghost. You are not reachable. The DEA opens a formal investigation in year 11. Your attorney tells you, in precise language, that certain federal agencies have developed an interest in the acquisition patterns of your holding company. You have 9 layers of documented separation between your legal identity and any transaction that carries risk. You restructure the holding company. You dissolve 2 businesses and migrate their revenue streams into a new entity registered in Nevada. You rotate the cartel contact to a new encrypted channel. You replace 3 lieutenants whose exposure profiles have become operationally inconvenient. The investigation runs 16 months. It produces 4 indictments. Your name is not among them. 2 indicted are lieutenants. One is a distributor from year 3 who should have been let go 2 years earlier. One is your former accountant's junior associate, who knew considerably less than she assumed. You attend a charity dinner 4 weeks after the indictments are announced. You donate $30,000 to a pediatric care foundation. A local news segment covers the event. You shake the executive director's hand. The anchor says your name on camera. For people are serving federal time for something you built. Your name appears in none of the case files. Your children will inherit $4.6 million in real estate and 3 operating businesses with no outstanding liabilities. There is a 16-year-old right now, 3 blocks from where you grew up, being handed a bag through a car window. He's been told the address. He's been told to knock twice. He's been told not to look inside. He tells himself it's temporary. He doesn't know what the word costs yet. He will.